Hello everybody, this is a advanced F2L tutorial for cases 17, 18, I believe 23 and 24. What we're going to be covering here is all the cases where you're paired up but improperly in the top layer and you got a white sticker facing up or a cross color sticker facing up. So the first case we'll cover is if we want to set up the cube, we do an R, U prime, R prime, so we get an easy case, and then we're going to do a U to get this edge piece here. We're going to hide that edge piece, do a U2 and an R prime. We're going to cover this case first. So white sticker's on top. This is oriented because the edge piece side sticker matches one of the side center stickers. And we don't have a bar. It's not blue and blue or red and red. These are blue and red. If it were on this side, it would be blue and red here. So the only thing I ever do here is I move this down so the edge is out of the top layer and the corner's still in the top layer. So I'd move it here in this case. Then do a U2 to separate them, and then I do an R prime to put it back, and that gives us an easy case. So then we line it up over its slot, R, U, R prime, and we're in. So R, U prime, R prime to set it up, U, R, U2, R. So I'm just doing the opposite of that to make this case. So we go down, U2, go back up. We got an easy case, we put it in. From the back, same thing, we move this down so this is still in the top layer and this is not. To U2, bring it up, we have an easy case in the top layer to be inserted. Left-handed version, same thing, bring it down, separate it with a U2, bring it up, we have an easy case to be inserted. And over from the back, we do the same thing. Keep this in the top layer, separate with a U2, put this back, easy case. So let's set it up on the left side, but then rotate the cube. So now this turns into the non-oriented version. These don't match. There's two things you can do here. This guy in the corner, if it's in the corner, it needs to be in. Do two sexy moves. And we have a non-oriented pair. That's what we turn it into. To insert, we do a hedge slammer, F, R prime, F prime, R. Then the other thing we can do is we just do a sledgehammer right here, R prime, F, R, F prime. We get this case. We go R, U prime, R prime to pair it up. Now we have an oriented pair in the top layer. So even if you have this case and it's for a slot back here, you can go ahead and pair it up here, and then put it back here later, after you pair it up. So if you think about it, one's really easy to start and one of them's really easy to finish. It's like you're gonna have to do F moves, and the question is, do you want to do them in the beginning or in the end? So with the sexy move one, it's pair it up easy, but then you got to hedge slammer it in, and then or you can do your F moves first, then you got this easy insert after. And that's the one, the sledgehammer one is the one I do when I'm in the front. Like that. But when I insert a non-oriented pair in the back, I do the double sexy. So if it's like this, I'd go like that, put it here, it pairs up here, put it right here, insert it like that. Left-handed version, rotate the cube, just do everything. Lefty version, lefty sexy, lefty hedge slammer. Or lefty sledgehammer, you pair it up like that. And in the back, pairs up here, just like that. All right, so the next case is, let's set it up like this. We're going to do R, U prime, R prime, so we make another easy case. Then we're going to do a U prime again. To put this guy here, we're going to do a sledgehammer, R prime, F, R, F prime, U prime. We're going to deal with these guys next. So, you know, cross color still facing up, white corner color up. We have both reds here, and they're oriented. So if this is going in this pair, or in this slot, if you do an R, U, R prime and just put this in, and then you do a U2, you get this case. And if you do two sexy moves, this will go in. There's one, easy case, two. So again, that's R, U, R prime to put this in. Then you move this over with a U2, double sexy, and you're in. And you don't have to do that last U prime. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it, if you move this away and you lift this up, slide this over and kind of cut its head off, move it like this, you get this case from before. So then you do an R, U prime, R prime, and you have one in the top layer. So if you're pairing it up in the front but it needs to go in the back, this might be a good way to go. You know, if it has to go here or something. Another one to do, the way we're setting this up, the opposite of that is obviously going to solve it. So if we do a U, we put it here. Then we do an F, because we're going to do a hedge slammer. So it's going to be an F, R prime, F prime, R. That gives us an easy case. So we just have to line up the easy case and we can insert it. And this, if you drill it and you work it a little bit, there's regripping, but if you start using your left hand for some of the U moves, it'll help you out a little bit. So you can go here as you're regripping, right in the beginning, and then here, like that. That's kind of how to do it. From the back, I don't do that. From the back, you can do this one. You cut its head off, bring it over here, pair it up, no problem. I don't do any of those actually if it's going in this slot. What I do, it's kind of hard to learn, but once you learn it and get it, it's locked in your muscle memory. It's great, especially if you're inserting in the back. And there's D moves. Either way, here it is. So again, we're oriented. This is in the front. These need to be here. You go R, U prime, R2, D prime, R, U2, R prime, D, R. And that'll install these, and it won't mess with any of these other slots. So if it's your last slot, it's not going to mess with anything. So here it is again. It's R, U prime, R2, D prime, R, U2, R prime, D, R. You can do it in the back. It's L, U prime, L2, D prime, L, U2, L prime, D, L. And the lefty version looks like this. And the one I really like is the lefty version in the back. It's right here. That's how you get it in. Okay, so those are for the oriented cases. For the non-oriented cases, let's set it up like this. RU, R prime, F, and then a sexy move. And then we'll do an F prime. So again, we got matching blues here. It's not oriented. So what we did to set this up, just do the opposite. And that what the opposite is if it's sitting here as an F, then it's kind of like a reverse sexy U, R, U prime, R prime. We see we're paired up here and this cross is messed up, so we fix this cross and now we have this guy here, R, U prime, R prime. So F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F, R, U prime, F prime. And if you think about it, what are those moves? We know those moves. What does it do on a solved cube? This is the opposite of this OLL, which is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, the sexy move. You know, when you're doing orientation of last layer, if you do an F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, then you get a J case. You do the fat version, and you get your cross. Well, if you do an F and kind of a backward sexy move, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, that's what this is. So F, F prime, we're paired up, and we put it in. So if you do it back here, you can do a fat F and a sexy move, and you'll pair it up right here and put it in. Go back here and you do a fat F, sexy move, fat F prime. Now you got this guy here, you put it in. So the lefty version of that would be F, F prime, put it in. And in the back, we do the lefty. We're paired up here, and we insert it. And when it pairs up, it's oriented too. In the front, I don't do that though. In the back, I do. In the front, what I do is I move this here. I do an R, U, R2, F, R, F prime, and I pair it up like that. So I bring it over, I break them up and grab this, swoop it down to the bottom and meet up with it. Fix my cross, keep going, I pop it in. So here on this side it would be a U, L prime, U prime, L2, F prime, L prime, F. So it's paired up and then you insert it. So I do it. I think it's the best one I've found. So that's it. There's even more ways to do those, but those are the ways I do them. And it's my video, so that's all I've been doing recently. Some of those, you know, like the I used to do this one all the time, and I never do it anymore. But it's good to know, especially if you're still doing intuitive stuff where you're rotating the cube because you want to only use this pair, rotating it back, doing something like this to insert it, you know. This way is quite a bit better to chop it off and chop its head off and put it somewhere. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.